Hey, come here, I need to show you the study from the RAND Corporation. It shows that more Americans may be adequately prepared for retirement than previously thought. The study found that 71% of Americans are prepared for retirement. That's 80% for married couples and 55% for singles. So imagine yourself at 65 and retiring in comfort. Not just getting by, but truly enjoying your golden years. The question is, how do you get there from where you are today? It starts with an understanding of maximizing your 401k, a powerful tool in your financial arsenal. In today's video, you and I are diving into the world of 401k plans, what they are, how they work, and making a roadmap for where you should be at ages 20, 30, 40, and 50. So let's demystify the 401k and set a path for secure retirement that works for you. A 401k plan is more than just a savings account. It's a retirement plan offered by employers that offers tax advantages, matching contributions, and the potential for growth. Think of it as your financial vehicle, driving you towards retirement. Your effort determines what kind of vehicle it is. It could be an old puttering car, or like a powerful, sexy V8, C63 AMG rocketing you towards... Sorry, I got carried away. In short, there's two types of 401ks. First up, the traditional 401k. Here's how it works. Your contributions are made with before tax or pre-tax dollars. This also reduces your taxable income for the year. Your money grows tax deferred, meaning you don't pay taxes on your earnings until you withdraw them in retirement. So let's talk about the pros of a traditional 401k. Up first, you get immediate tax relief. Lowering your taxable income now can be a big plus, especially if you're currently in a higher tax bracket. Essentially, by doing so, you could pay less taxes on your income. Also, your investments grow without being taxed annually, potentially leading to a significant growth over time. But of course, there are cons to the traditional 401k. Firstly, it's taxed upon withdrawal, so you will pay taxes on your contributions and earnings at the future tax rate when you retire, which is a bit unpredictable. Another downside, required minimum distributions, or RMDs, start at the age of 72, so you must begin taking distributions whether you need the money or not. Next, let's talk about an alternative, the Roth 401k. Contributions here are made with after-tax or post-tax dollars. The major draw, your money grows tax-free, and withdrawals during retirement are also tax-free. Both what you contributed and the earnings you made in it can be withdrawn tax-free in retirement, offering significant tax savings if you expect to be in a higher tax bracket later in life. Also, there's no RMDs. Roth 401ks don't require minimum distributions at age 72, giving you more control over your funds. The cons though, there's no immediate tax benefit since your money is taxed on the front end. So your contributions won't reduce your current taxable income, which could be a downside if you're in a high tax bracket now and are trying to get into a lower tax bracket. So which should you choose? There's not really a right answer here. It's personal finance after all, and this is a very personal decision. Here are some things to consider though. If you anticipate being in a higher tax bracket in retirement or value tax-free withdrawals, consider the Roth 401k. If you're currently in a high tax bracket and you want immediate tax relief to move into a lower one, the traditional 401k might be more beneficial. Some people even choose to contribute to both types to diversify their tax situation in retirement. Remember, your choice depends on your personal financial situation and future expectations. So let's move on to contributions. These are the funds that you take from your paycheck into your 401k account. You decide how much to contribute as long as it's within the annual limits set by the IRS. You can contribute either pre or post-tax dollars, but that is just the start. Once your money is in the 401k account, you have to actually invest the contributions. Most 401k plans offer a range of options, so let's talk about them. First up is stock funds. They offer a higher potential growth, but also a higher potential risk. Bond funds tend to be more stable and less volatile investments. Target date funds automatically adjust your asset mix as you approach retirement, meaning they become more conservative as your retirement date approaches. You can also invest in what are called index funds, which are a combination of different stocks to balance out your potential risk. The general rationale works like this. Imagine you buy and sell produce, and you only have one supplier, but they have a bad crop. It impacts your business. But if you have multiple suppliers, even if one is not able to produce for you, the others likely will be able to. So in choosing where to invest your contributions, your choice should align with a few things. How much risk are you comfortable with? What are your investment goals? And what is your retirement timeline? For example, if you're in your 20s, you generally can accept more risk because you have more time for your money to grow. A few stock market crashes won't have as huge of an impact on you. Also, like in the produce example, diversifying your investments can help you balance your risk and growth potential. Now that your money is in your 401k and invested into whatever funds you choose, this is where the real magic happens. No 401k talk would be complete without talking about the real MVP, compound interest. Compounding interest is where the real magic happens in your 401k. It's the process where your earnings generate their own earnings. Your money literally makes more money for you. I feel so alive! Here's how it works. Initially, your contributions are invested into the chosen funds. Then over time, these investments earn dividends and increase in value. Since these earnings are reinvested, they further increase the amount of money that is going into your account and can generate returns. The longer your money is invested, the more significant the impact of this compounding essentially can be. With compounding, even a small contribution can grow significantly over time, demonstrating the importance of starting early and contributing consistently. Even someone on a janitor's salary can become a millionaire if they're disciplined investors. Watch this video if you want to hear a real-life example. So at this point, you're probably wondering, is there a maximum amount I can put into my 401k to take advantage of the power of compounding interest? Great question. The maximum amount individuals can contribute to the 401k plans in 2024 is $23,000, which is a $500 increase from the limit in 2023. Also, if you're 50 or older, you're eligible for an additional $7,500 in catch-up contributions. This raises your total employee contribution limit to $30,500. In 2022, the average annual employee contribution to a 401k was 7.4% of their pay. This is according to data from Vanguard, one of the largest retirement account record keepers. This figure represents a portion of the salary that employees typically set aside for the 401k plans. You know, people say money doesn't grow on trees, money isn't free. Yeah, that's Let me introduce you to my favorite form of free money, 401k employer contributions. This free money typically falls between 4 and 6%, with the average being around 4.5% of an employee's pay per year. It's a key benefit to 401k plans, effectively providing free money to employees' retirement savings. Here's how it works. Say your employee matches 6%, so for every dollar you invest up to 6% of your earnings, your employer will give you the same amount of money to put into your 401k. This is ludicrous. Just being among one of the few people who save and invest by themselves is already a huge financial advantage over most people. And then your employer sees you're doing the right thing and is like, yo, double that money. This is crazy. When we look at US data and combine both employee and employer contributions, the total average contribution rate to 401k plans was about 11.3%. However, financial professionals often recommend saving between 12 to 15% of one's salary for retirement. This indicates that many Americans might need to start increasing their savings rate to meet the suggested benchmarks. Additionally, it's important to note that although the average 401k balance for Americans in 2023 was $97,000, the median balance was considerably lower at $20,000. This means that there's a significant difference in retirement savings among different individuals. About 51% of employers with 401k plans match employee contributions. Only 10% of employers pay the maximum match limit. Essentially, people are turning down the free money. However, 401k accounts are not all roses. Every investment has its costs. 401ks are no exception. It's crucial to pay attention to the fees because lower costs can mean more money in your pocket in the long run, especially when you're paying the expense ratio every year. As an example, assuming that you're 40 years old and you plan to retire at age 70, your current 401k balance is $100,000, which is right in line with the average balance by age, and you plan to contribute $10,000 each year, about half the allowable amount. Finally, in this example, the assumed investment return before fees is 8%. Now, if you pay 0.5% in fees, you'll have $1,909,490 in your account when you retire. If you pay 1% in fees, however, you'll have $1,705,833 or $203,656 less. A calculator at 401kfee.com shows that you would have to contribute $2,156 more each year for 3 decades to end up with the same amount of money at retirement if you paid the higher 1% fee instead of the lower 0.5% fee. So now that we've covered the foundations of 401ks, let's make all this actionable. How much should we have in our account by age? Median balance for people under 25 and just getting started in their careers is $1,948. That means half of 401k plan participants in this group have more than that and half have less. The average balance is quite a bit higher, skewed by those people who are able to save more in their 401ks. So how much should we strive to save for over retirement? Fidelity, which manages both employee benefits programs for more than 22,000 businesses and offers a variety of financial planning services, suggests that we save 10 times our annual salary by age 67. The firm also advocates for following another metric, saving 15% of our pre-tax income from the time we begin our career. This includes any company match. So if your employer match is 3% of your salary, you need to save 12%. By age 30, Fidelity recommends having the equivalent of 1 year's salary stashed in your workplace retirement plan. So if you make $50,000, your 401k balance should be $50,000 by the time you hit 30. In reality, the median 401k balance for 25 to 34-year-olds is $11,357. In your 40s, you potentially have a lot of financial obligations, typically a mortgage payment, perhaps a family with all its related costs. Still, it's important to direct a good portion of your income towards your 401k. You don't want to shortchange your golden years. You still have roughly 20 years before a conventional retirement age, so make the most of your savings opportunities. By age 40, aim to have a multiple of 3 times your salary saved up. That means if you're earning $75,000, your retirement account balance should be around $225,000 when you turn 40. However, the median 401k balance for this age group is $28,318.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
By age 50, Fidelity suggests that you should have accumulated up to 6 times your current salary. That same $75,000 salary would equate to a 401k balance of $450,000 by the time you reach 50. For the median balance for those aged 45 to 54, it indicates that at least 50% of those people are not even close to accomplishing this goal. And retirement will be here before you know it. So increase your savings rate if you can. Median balance for this age, $48,301. By age 60, the recommendation is that you should have 8 times your current salary saved up. So if you're earning $100,000 by then, your 401k balance should be $800,000. In reality, the median 401k balance equals $71,168. How much money you'll need to retire with will vary from person to person, depending on different factors such as how long you expect to live, where do you live, and the investment returns you expect to earn. Estimating your annual expenses is always a big factor in knowing how much you'll need during retirement, because all of these costs you need to cover with your savings. Here are 2 calculations that you can use. First, take how much money you need to pay your bills every month. Multiply this figure by 12 for an annual estimate, and then multiply the total again by 30 in case you live another 30 years. This rough calculation doesn't take into consideration investment earnings or inflation, but does offer a ballpark figure for your future needs. Be sure to include healthcare expenses in your calculation. Another popular method is known as the 4% rule. This method calls for withdrawing no more than 4% of your retirement account balance in any given year during retirement. To be upfront, some advisors think this approach is not conservative enough, but it can help provide a rough guideline for what you'll need to save for retirement. Take the amount you need each year and multiply it by 25 to arrive at the savings that you'll need. Researching this video was truly sobering. Looking at the difference between what financial managers recommend and what people actually have definitely served as a wake-up call for me. And I hope it was valuable for you as well. Your journey to a comfortable retirement starts right now. Take these insights, review your 401k, or start one if you haven't yet, and make informed decisions. Remember, it's never too late or too early to start planning for your future. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and thank you so much for your support. In the comments below, let's talk about retirement. Let's talk about 401ks, your strategies, your struggles, your successes. The best way to support the show is to watch another episode every Monday. And remember, your financial journey is unique, but you're not in it alone. Let's build wealth the smart way. Until next time, we'll see you.